industry. There's so much going on right now in the airline industry. As I'm taking a look at the headlines, I mean, all over the world, Russia, passenger airlines pin their survival hopes on the freight market. Sydney, aircraft passenger traffic plummets just like everywhere else. Fitch downgrades Aeroflot to a negative outlook. United Airlines is using food, distributes food from their cargo facilities. Latin America, how will the airlines be different after the coronavirus? The headlines go on and on and on. There's some positive, there's some negative. There's some companies like, for example, United Airlines posts a $2.1 billion Q1 loss in the middle of this crisis. And then there's another one down here that says ST Engineering gets a $900 million contract. So we're seeing pluses and minuses. And so one of the things that we feel like it's really important to do in the industry right now is have discussions about recovery, have discussions about success, and how can each of us contribute to the success of the industry. I have for many years now believed that success of business and success of the industry is dependent upon our belief in success. You see, we need to assess the industry. We need to take a look at what are the factors that are required for success, and we need to take action. And it's the leaders in the industry, it's the people in the industry that are jumping in and contributing in the industry, which are contributing to the success of the industry. If you look around us right now, and if you take a look at the confidence level of people in flying, people are afraid to fly right now because they don't really know whether the aircraft are clean right now or whether they could possibly contain the coronavirus. We're all working under stay-at-home orders right now, most everywhere in the world right now, but the industry will recover. Transportation is essential to the world. Transportation is essential to commerce. We've seen for many, many years, land transportation, sea transportation, rail transportation, air transport in the last 100 years. These are all critical components of success of any thriving country. We connect people through transport. We connect people through air transport. It's essential that people and commerce be connected for the success of our society. So air transport will not fail. It's a matter of what does it look like in the future? How do we look at the factors around us? How do we assess the things that are happening out there in the industry? And how do we adjust? And how do we create a successful airline transport industry? I've been seeing all around me the airlines responding already. And how do we adapt? All right, I saw a really good video recently that Delta Airlines put out. And in that video, they talked about all the details of what they were doing in order to be able to clean the aircraft and to be able to ensure that the environment that you're going to fly in is going to be safe to be able to fly in. You see, innovative people are assessing the situation. They're looking at the problem. They're looking at what the alternatives and solutions are. They're taking action to be able to create confidence in the industry so that we'll go back and fly again. It's really all about leaders moving forward and taking action. You see, many of us are sitting around and we're being mesmerized by the news, and we're looking at the tickers and we're looking at the counters of the number of cases of coronavirus, and it's easy to become mesmerized by that and to become paralyzed by that. And it's important that we are aware of the news, but we're not paralyzed by it. And so I'm calling on all leaders in the industry to use their knowledge, use their enthusiasm and their belief to be able to move forward. And as we create a new path forward in this new normal that exists within the industry, we will be the contributors to success of the airline industry. And so it's really super important that as leaders, that we all really believe really in one another, and that we work together to be able to create the confidence that's necessary in the industry to create success. For many years, I've talked about the four pillars really of success in business: success in digital transformation, success in business, and they're really belief, people, process, and technology. Those are really the four cornerstones of success in digital transformation. But what I've said all the time is that digital transformation is not about success in the implementation of technology. It's really about the success of business. And so if just for a minute, if we think about and talk about belief, belief is the most important part of accomplishing really anything in life. If you don't believe in what you're doing, or what you can do, you'll just never get there. If you believe in what you're doing, you will be successful. And so it's a really super important part of life to really believe in what you're doing. And I have found over and over again in my life that I tend to take a enthusiastic or a more positive perspective on life, and I really believe in the things that I do. And I think, and I really believe that a major element of success within the aviation industry, a major element of recovery, is for those leaders that have the experience that exists out there and the ability to be able to lead, that they lead with a positive, enthusiastic perspective. And if we engage and if we jump in, and if we leverage our enthusiasm and our knowledge of business and our knowledge of what works in the industry, that we will lead the way to success and recovery of the industry. You see, as I said earlier, is that aviation and transport is a critical component of connecting commerce and of connecting people around the world. Air transport is not going to go away. We just need to look at how has this new, world, this new coronavirus world, impacting our ability to be successful within the industry. We need to assess the situation. We need to take appropriate action, and we need to, make decisions, and we need to move forward. We need to take action. And so I'm calling on all of you leaders out there to really join in this effort of recovery, because what we see in the news and what we see in the media constantly is we see negative, negative, negative. We see, this is the number of deaths. This is the number of cases. This is the failures in the industry, and it's sensationalism. Now, those things are really happening out there, but it's sensationalism. And, what we need to focus on is, what is the recovery? What is the success? What changes do we have to make within the industry in order to be able to promote and move success forward? And really the cornerstone, the core cornerstone of that is believing in the future and believing in success and believing that we can move forward with a successful future. Yes, things will be different. And yes, we need to do things different. We need to accommodate the different factors. We've seen this over and over and over again. We saw this when 9/11 happened. We saw that we needed to make changes in the industry. We saw that we needed to adapt. We needed to put new security measures in place. Yes, those things had to happen, but we didn't stop air transport because of 9/11. We adapted. We made changes to be able to create a successful, world, a successful new normal, and things changed. During the economic collapse of 2008, 9, and 10, there was a significant change all around the world, and we had to reset and we had to readapt, and we came out of this. And so, one of the things is that we need to be enthusiastic, and as leaders, we need to move forward. We need to look for where the changes need to be. We need to look for the new normal, and we need to be able to move forward in this new world and create success. Aviation is not going away. We need to move forward and create success. Listen, I've been in a position for many, many years where, like I said, I have been an enthusiastic, really contributor, into my world, into my business, into my industry. And I've always had people around me, being skeptical of the success, or standing on the sidelines and just waiting to be able to throw the foul flag down, onto the field. And, and I have always just talked to people and coordinated and assessed the obstacles and tried not to fight the obstacles or to go around them. I've looked for new ways to be able to create success amidst all the challenges. And, a lot of times I've had people standing on the sidelines and they're looking at me and they're saying, wow, that guy's working really hard. Somebody should jump in there and help him. Whereas they should be jumping in and helping. We should be working together as a team, and we should be working together successfully to be able to create success within the aviation industry. I have a really decent, social media following, and I recently did a search on my LinkedIn following, and I realized that I had about 1,000 CEOs and presidents of companies, that I was connected to, and I'm calling on those leaders and on those CEOs and on those presidents of businesses for us to lead forward and to be able to lean in and to be able to be resilient and to go make things happen. And let's lead this recovery. Let's believe in what we're doing, and let's communicate to the people around us, the success and the importance of what we do. And let's bring our aviation industry back to recovery. People around us will see the confidence in what we will do. They see the enthusiasm we have, and it will spread like wildfire. You will find new ways to create confidence in our buying public and in our traveling public, and we will lead the way to recovery within the industry. And I challenge you to be that one that believes, and be that one that has enthusiasm, and to be that one which is really leading the way. We are the cornerstone of success within the aviation industry. Let's work together to be able to do this, together. The second cornerstone that I've always talked about in success in business is people. All right. We look all around us, and you are not called as a leader to be the smartest one in the room. You are called as a leader to be the person who coordinates and who facilitates and draws out of people the best of them, draws out the knowledge that they have, and leverage that knowledge together as a team to be able to create success. Listen, we're all different. We all have different personalities. There are those who love to study and to dig into details and to be the expert on something. They're the subject matter experts. We have people that are the ones who are the visionaries and who have the ideas, and they go out there and say, this is something that we should do. There are those which can create structure around the things that we do and to be able to create a plan, to be able to move forward. See, each of us has different gifts and talents and skills, and we should work together as teams to be able to identify the challenges that are out there and how do we recreate our business within this new world that we have, where we have to consider the hazards and the dangers of things such as coronaviruses. And together we will recreate recovery in the industry. Now, some of you are thinking, yeah, but how long is it really going to take? Well, I don't know how long it's going to take. There's all kinds of projections that are out there on how long this recovery, can take or will take. But what it is it's up to us to work together and to cast that belief and that enthusiasm and to work with people around us, all right? To work with experts in the industry and to work with the people that work for us and the people that work around us, and together put together teams which create the ability to have greater success than we ever have before. Listen, way back when I was in business school, they taught us this over and over again. Is that you have some individual piece of knowledge, somebody else has an individual piece of knowledge, and together, when we put those things together and we overlap that knowledge, we have a greater knowledge together as a team and a greater capability to be able to create success. And so leaders, let's leverage the people around us. Let's work together as teams. Let's figure out how to solve these problems. Let's bring this recovery of the aviation industry back faster than ever before. We are all depending upon it. I am not going to let my business fail. I am absolutely convinced that the way forward is for us to work together as teams. Hey, on these podcasts, I'm going to continue to bring interviews from leaders within the industry to the podcasts and to my live broadcasts on LinkedIn and Facebook. And we are going to share knowledge to be able to help one another to be able to create success. I am absolutely committed to this, and I'm working extremely hard right now to coordinate with my network and with my people. And I'm going to begin to bring more and more people onto these audio podcasts and onto our live video podcasts, so that we together can help accelerate the recovery of this industry and have successful businesses. Hey, we all want to be successful. We all want to feel good about ourselves. We all want to have a contributing part of this. And so I want to work together with those around us in the industry who can help make that happen. So I want to challenge you. Number one is to be a leader who's successful, and to be a leader who's reaching out with belief and enthusiasm and using the people around you to be able to work together as a team to create success in our industry. We will recover faster than we ever have before. Now, follow this podcast on a daily basis, and I'm going to be bringing, good information, good news, and I'm going to be bringing good interviews to you. Follow our live video broadcasts on Fridays at 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's Seattle time. And we are going to be bringing leaders into those broadcasts who can help you with ideas on how to be successful. You can also reach out to me, and I'll help connect you with people in the industry who can help answer your questions or to help you be successful in different areas in your business. Let's work together with great enthusiasm, together as a team, to be able to help the aviation industry recover. I'm confident that we can do it. Fair winds and following seas to you, and have a great day.